These are the plaintiffs, Andrew Pinkowitz and Dennis McSweeney. They say they purchased tickets to a Yankees-Red Sox game, and when they went to the stadium, they were denied access because the barcodes were already used. The defendant's running a scam by selling tickets with the same barcodes on them to many different people, and they want their $3,109.40 returned. This is the defendant, Paul Inserto. He says he has no idea who the plaintiffs are. He never sold them any tickets, and no one at his company did either. He doesn't sell fake tickets, has no idea why the plaintiffs tracked him down to these scalper tickets they bought on the street, and owes them absolutely nothing. He's accused of striking out. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for slandering his name at the Yankees organization.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiffs bought tickets to a Yankees game, didn't get in because they said the tickets had already been used, and they say the defendant was in on the scam. But the defendant says no way does he sell fake tickets. It's the case of damn Yankees.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Andrew Pinkowitz?
Yes, ma'am.
And Dennis McSweeney?
Correct.
All right, you are suing Paul Inserto?
In Italian, it's Inserto.
How do you pronounce
Inserto.
it? Inserto, owner of True North Tickets for $3,109.40 that you are suing him for because tickets you purchased that you eventually traced to him were not honored. And so you want him to pay for your trip to New York and your hotel, meals, etc., because it was all ruined. All right, talk to me.
Last September, 3 of my close friends from Boston came down to New York to go see a Boston Red Sox game at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, putting himself in a danger zone.
We purchased.
Listen, I married a Red Sox fan, you know? I was already getting long in the tooth and I wasn't married, and so, you know, I had to settle for a Red Sox fan. Go ahead. Huge Red Sox fans in my house. I'm not one of them, but there's huge Red Sox fans. Go ahead.
So we purchased 4 of Mr. Inserto's season tickets from one of his ticket reselling agents in front of the stadium on the day of the game.
And that is precisely the dispute, according to you, correct?
Well, the person who sold him the tickets, who I don't even know sold him the tickets, they don't even know sold him the tickets, does not work for me.
Do you know who it is?
I have no idea who sold him the tickets. I send my tickets to another company in New York that handles my tickets, and then if tickets need to be delivered, they deliver them. If they need to be resold, they resell them.
Now you
Only
get to
tickets
the
that
gate.
are available.
Stop. You get to the gate, and when you get to the gate, you show them your tickets. They're paper tickets. They're the actual tickets. Do you have them? Let me
Yes,
see.
we have them.
Yeah.
They're hard tickets.
Just a second.
It's considered.
You'll know that I'm talking to you because I'll be looking at you.
Okay.
All right. So when you get to the gate, what does the ticket agent tell you?
They scan the tickets and they tell us the barcode is invalid. The tickets have been reissued electronically through email to someone else. And that person has gone into the game.
Right.
Well, it didn't matter whether
Well,
they
imagine if you, well, doesn't it matter or no? Like, what? Put your hand down. If that person, well, actually, you aren't the person who can answer that. If that person had gotten there after him, what would happen?
No. Those tickets were void on Thursday before the game. The game was Saturday.
So even if he had gotten there before,
doesn't matter what time he got there.
Can I finish my question?
Yes.
Even if he had gotten there before the person holding the emailed ticket, these tickets would not have been honored. Okay. Why aren't they shredded by you? Because all my tickets were sent to the city Thursday for Friday delivery. So who voided them? I void them. Just a second. Who voided them? I void them. Okay, but when you void them, what physically happens to this piece of paper? They get thrown away. It's a piece of paper then. Not, right? Well. Right, okay. So you go in, you are denied entrance. Now there's how many of you guys? 4 of us. These are $110 tickets. You paid how much a piece? $50 each. Okay, had the game already started? Just started, yes. Just started. How long did this whole little ordeal of not being able to get in take? Lines were already pretty short at that time. We waited in line behind maybe 15 people, got up to the gate, and it made the bad sounding beep instead of the good sounding. Bad sounding beep. There's a sound you're not going to forget. So what do you do? We turned around. We tried to go to the ticket office to see if it was just a mistake or there was an error. They looked into it and said, sorry, this barcode is voided. And so, Mr. Pickowitz, did you go out there and try to find the guy who sold them to you? We did. We returned to the location where we bought them, and the guy was not there anymore. Poof, into like thin air, right? Had he continued to sell tickets after he sold them to you, or no? He only had 4 in his hand.
He had many tickets in his hand.
He had many tickets.
We didn't.
So did you didn't stick around to see if he continued to sell tickets after you?
No, we took our tickets, went and tried to go on the game, came back to look for him.
All right. So how do you end up? What do you do first of all? Like, what do you guys do after this little debacle? Do you go back to the bar?
Yes.
Who wins that game?
The Yankees did.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
The Yankees won the game.
You must have looked that up.
Okay. And so then what happened?
We went out to dinner and...
Okay, how do you trace? I guess what I'm really asking is how do you end up being able to pursue it? Because it's impressive.
We thought that there was no chance we would figure out who it was. However, there's an account number on the ticket, so we just thought maybe these are season tickets. It says the season ticket account number.
Right.
I then just thought I'd search on Google section 109, row whatever, 12 and 13, and I found Mr. Inserto's Twitter page selling the tickets for a future game, the playoffs, which were the next week. I then contacted the company that was selling, or the phone number was this place called True North Tickets. I said, are these tickets available for the game? And they said, yes, call back and we'll sell them to you. And I said, okay. And then I called him to explain what happened, et cetera, et cetera.
And what did he say to you?
Yeah.
He said that he offered to pay, he said he'd look into it at first, and then a follow-up call, he said he would pay me back the money that we lost, the $200, and that was it. And I said, well, I believe that we should be remunerated a little bit for our travel expenses. You ruined our whole weekend and everything. And he said, no.
And then what? Because then is when it gets good. What do you do then?
And then I said, then if you're not, I guess we're going to contact the Yankees and tell them what happened. Maybe they'll make us right.
So did you? I
did.
You did. Okay. Do you have the emails from your correspondence with the Yankees?
Absolutely.
I do.
Go ahead.
And during the call, when I said that I was going to contact the Yankees, he said, to explain to them the fraud that he committed, he said, quote
Fraud
unquote,
I committed.
Stop. That doesn't help your case for you to be obnoxious.
I'm not
Just wait your turn.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. No, you are obnoxious.
The plaintiffs bought tickets to a Yankees game, but they were denied access because the barcodes were invalid. The tickets had already been used, but they can't get no satisfaction. Let's listen.
He said, go ahead and contact the Yankees. They won't do anything to me. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars with them. They're not going to care at all about this.
Okay.
So I said,
so
fine.
Do you contact
so
the
I
Yankees?
contacted them. I explained to them what happened. They got back to me. And at that time, I documented everything through email and the rest of the conversation. I asked them to punish him, or if they could tell me if he does this to other people, because we were concerned about other baseball fans like ourselves being taken advantage of by Mr. Inserto with the same type of fraudulent activity. They said they wouldn't tell me anything about what happened. They wouldn't do any punish him at all, and that was the end of the story.
Okay, so how does this happen? It's your turn.
Well, how it happens, I don't know, because I didn't sell them to them. Okay, I send my tickets to New York. Okay,
where's your office?
Connecticut. Which I communicate with my people in New York.
Who are, when you say your people, are they employees of your office?
No. No, they own their own ticket company.
Okay.
Okay? They deal with many brokers.
So you sold them a block of tickets?
I don't sell them, no. They handle them. They take them on consignment.
Okay.
You know, they just, in other words, if I need them to make a delivery, they charge me to deliver my tickets.
Okay.
If I need them, if I have tickets left at the game time, they will take my tickets, and if they want, they could sell them on the street, sell them to their clients, sell them to whoever they want to. If they sell the tickets, they return the money back to me.
Okay.
Okay? No money was returned back to me for those tickets.
Well, who's the one who sold these tickets
I have
online?
no idea.
But did your entity or did that New York entity sell online the tickets?
I sold that exact seat location on Thursday.
Is that before or after you sent the tickets to New York?
That was after I sent the tickets to New York.
So did you sell them or did New York sell them?
I sold
tickets you had already sent to New York?
Correct.
So what methods do you have in place to make sure that someone in New York isn't selling your physical tickets while you're selling an email ticket?
Well, we send them, I have a text message that I sent to the gentleman in New York telling him what tickets were available for Saturday. So he's supposed to take the only tickets that are available for sale if he wants to sell them in New York. I sell tickets up until game time. So he
made a mistake and took tickets that weren't supposed to be sold.
Correct.
Okay, well, he's your agent.
No, he's not my agent.
Oh, he's your agent. He's your agent. Under the eyes of the law, he's your agent. If he doesn't shred these or make sure these don't go for sale somewhere, he's your agent. These tickets are only in his possession because you gave them to him. And if you're not going to put in place better procedures so that these tickets don't end up being sold and you ruin someone's night. That's your problem. Now let's talk to you about what ends up happening. Oh, by the way, your counterclaim against him is because of the email traffic with the Yankees, right?
Correct.
Did anything ever happen with that? Did the Yankees call you and harass you? Did anything ever happen?
The Yankees did call me and let him know that he did call.
All right, so then why are you entitled to $5,000 for defamation of character and harassment?
Well, because we don't know. I mean, they could have noted an account. They could limit me on what deals they could offer. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know if they haven't offered me deals that they could have. So you cannot then
testify that that has in fact happened, right? Okay. Now, you have your round trip from Boston to New York, and you're parking at Yankee Stadium that you're suing for. Your hotel, your $880 in meals. What'd you guys eat? Oh, does that include alcohol?
That one doesn't include alcohol. We had 2 breakfasts and 2 dinners while we were in New York.
Okay, listen, Boston is not that cheap, okay, either. And I know New York is expensive, but $880 in meals?
There were 4 of us, 4 meals.
Okay.
It's $200 a meal, $50 a meal.
And pre-gaming at Yankee Stadium bar, $650, would that be the liquor?
That is the liquor, yes.
That is the liquor. You want him to buy all of your liquor, your hotel, your parking, your round trip, all of the stuff that you spent before you met these. And before you met his agent on the street corner, that somehow you spent that money in reliance on this bad thing that happened later in time?
So if this defendant had no idea that these tickets were bad, do the plaintiffs still get a refund?
No, I think it's a problem of the stadium. They should have torn the tickets so that they wouldn't be resold.
Well, okay, I get the point, but somebody's got to lose here. Do the plaintiffs get their money back?
Yes, definitely.
Because?
Because it's like if you were to buy a fake purse thinking it was a real purse.
Fair enough. And let's go to a dude who almost has a baseball cap on.
They get their money back 100%. It's not their fault that they didn't get their tickets. Because
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
We are aware that most of what we were asking for, he's not legally responsible for owing us.
So why are you bothering me?
To make a point.
I gotta be here anyway. But what, you wanted to come back to New York? You miss New York?
We want to come back.
Admit it, you love New York. Go ahead, Boston. You love New York.
I do.
Go ahead.
But we wanted to make sure that this wouldn't happen going forward, to bring it to light and hopefully discourage other baseball fans from getting taken advantage like we were.
Okay, but nobody's probably standing out there. I mean, I guess you've if that was your intent, the idea that you are in court and True North Tickets is being sued, I guess you feel like you've been able to achieve that. Yeah. But my job is to figure out what you're legally entitled to. Now, I don't know whether you could have gotten other tickets. I don't know whether it was too late in the game to get other tickets. Either way, you went there without tickets, so you were always intending to sort of fly by the seat of your pants. And my understanding is that at one point during all this, you actually offered them the $200.
Can I speak a minute?
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Okay. And what else did you want to say, Mr. Insulting?
I want to say that, the way they're presenting it is trying to bring bad light on the ticket industry.
No, just you.
No, well, that's wrong, because I've been in business for 12 years. I'm a member of the National Association of Ticket Brokers, and we don't like standard practices of this nature. It happens all the time in the ticket business on the street. Okay.
Yeah, but the tickets don't get to the street if you're not careless. This game was on a Saturday night. Afternoon. You sold them on Thursday. So make sure they don't go into circulation.
Well, they're not supposed to be in circulation on the street. And trust me, that won't happen again.
Tell me what you've done to see to it doesn't happen again.
Well, I don't use that company anymore. Okay.
All right.
I frown very negatively on the guys that do that on the street if they do it.
Do people do it on purpose?
Actually, people not all may do that, but they create counterfeit tickets.
Well, no, that's other people. I mean, do people?
Well, it's the same thing.
These people didn't have to counterfeit. They have the actual ticket.
It's basically, it gives the industry a bad light.
Listen, the industry gives itself a bad light a lot.
And when he called me, I stepped up to the plate. Okay, I wasn't happy with what happened, and I called him right back and I said, Andrew, give me an address and I will send you a check for $200.
And Andrew, remind me again why that was insufficient.
We saw that night many people are taken advantage of in the same way at every single game.
How were many people taken advantage of?
The same exact scam unfolds on a nightly basis at Yankee Stadium. Maybe it's not Mr. Inserto, it's other people that do the same thing. And I believe that I wanted to make a point to him that that he should cover some more travel
expenses. Wait a second,
expenses.
because the point you wanted to make to him was that I want more than $200. That's what you said on the phone.
We asked
How much did you say you wanted at the phone?
At the time, it was not the same number. It was just the travel expenses.
It was $600.
Right. Okay, guys. I am finding in favor of the plaintiffs in the amount of the $200 plus, of course, your court costs. That's my verdict on your counterclaim 0.
Well, the ticket guy comes out first. The defendant loses his case. What's your reaction to the judge's verdict here?
Well, you know, he got his $200, but, you know, I don't feel that the person who did this to him worked for my company or represent my company. He works for his own company.
Well, you're right. This does make the ticket industry look bad.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. You know, and not the ticket industry. They bought the tickets on the street. They didn't buy them from an office. They didn't buy them from a legitimate broker. They bought them on the street.
The bogus $5,000 countersuit didn't look too good.
Well, it's not bogus. I mean, you know, they went to the Yankees. They tried to slander my name. They tried to get me revoked. They tried to get me blackballed from the Yankees. You
can say right here, right now, this will never happen again?
Never. Never.
It will never happen again.
Not with my company.
Okay. Right down this way. Okay. Okay, so come on out here. Tell me if you're satisfied how this comes out. You satisfied?
I'm not satisfied. I do not think justice was served. I think the defendant should have been punished so that he won't continue to perpetrate this fraud onto other.
Well, he did offer you this much money. That's pretty much what he got. It wasn't enough to drag him out in public like this and put him through this? Wasn't enough for you?
I do feel good about that. But if you steal $200 from someone, just giving it back, I don't think you learn the proper lesson.
Mm-hmm. You thought you should have gotten your meals, your hotels, your booze,
everything? We wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for the game. We traveled from Boston to come down, see our team win, and we didn't get that opportunity.
Okay, say I love New York. Come on, say it.
Go Red Sox.
Harvey.
Okay, you know, the ticket guy can obviously try and find the guy who sold him the bogus tickets and get his money back. Good luck with that. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.